What's the
Sir.
definition of a successful English Muslim youth or even a mature person? What's your definition of that success?
The definitions would be that if I write something in my laptop, it should change things around the world, even if it's just an email. That's
Talking about influence now.
not just influence. I'm talking about. I'm just not talking about the nudging part of how the butterfly effect would actually take care of the rest. I'm talking about making policy changes, making human progress, literally coming straight from the Quran to and see, this is how I see it. If I This is natural. This is as basic as it gets. When you come down to the human behavior, you see those basic constants. Let me give you an example so that people won't just get overwhelmed by this kind of terminology. When was the last time you read a book from any writer, fiction or nonfiction, an amazing piece of literature that really touched you, like really touched you? And when you went through it, what was the first thing you did? This is as basic as it gets.
Implement those suggestions, what you've learned.
No, you didn't. No. You did that later on. You did, of course, you did because it changed you. But and the whole process began. But you did something. There was some certain change that made you do something in particular that happens to every human being. That's the basis of, what my case is about Islam, or what I want Muslims to start doing as the first mental disposition. So go back in time. Whenever you read, go through the finest piece of intellectual juice that really pumped your blood vessels to the fullest. The first thing you did was you went across all your friends and family, and you made sure that everybody got to know that you've discovered some treasure. You went, regardless of whoever came to you, the first thing you talked about was, have you read this book? And you wanted to talk about those parts of that book which you found the most enticing, exciting, captivating, and game-changing.
Because it's obviously increased my knowledge in a subject.
So, no, but why does a human being want to spread it?
That's
Why?
right. If it's impacted me, then obviously I want to share it with others. And
Why? See, we have to dig down just a little to know how human beings are designed, and we can reverse engineer these sort of elements into the purpose of life. So whenever we go through these sort of events, we instantaneously want to spread it out, not so that we can claim that we got it first, even though that is what we see right now, that little element of arrogance and bigotry that I can smell everywhere, but the utter desire to get everybody on board, to form a club,
yeah.
that club for everyone to come in and get into the zone so that everyone starts to speak the same language of that fascination.
But sometimes we have that element of a selfish desire in us. We've found something, we don't want to share it as well. This should just stay with me.
Yeah, that's the difference between any other kind of treasure and intellectual treasure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And whenever you go through that sort of a feeling, you really need to, you listen to an amazing scholar, an amazing lecture. First thing you do is you give your best friend a call. Listen to this. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, that giving factor comes into play.
That's why we share these messages on social media when we come across a good lecture or
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get at something here. See, this was the first mental disposition of every Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to Adam alayhi salam, to our last Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to the first disciples of the prophets, and they were not doing this as a responsibility to just make the change.
They
Of course,
did it
that
with
was
passion.
no. They did it because it was the design of the human being to do it.
Yeah.
They were doing it as the central core of their energy was the fascination, that lift that they got. They wanted everyone to come into the elevator, like literally the elevator. They want everyone to be in that elevator so that everyone can go up.
Yep.
And they can go to a new realm altogether. This is the feeling that Muslims are missing right now. Muslims are actually going away from the Quran. And if they read the Quran, they're actually shy in giving that message to anybody else. See, there's a,
But you said a short while ago, this is inbuilt into us.
and hence the solution here right now. I mean, we can see the diagnosis, we can see the cause, we can see the effects, and now we can see the solution.
So why we stop doing that with the
Because
Quran
we're not
then?
getting fascinated by the Quran.
Right. Okay.
If it were fascinating us the way it's supposed to fascinate, because that is the design of the Quran, to fascinate people. Bashiran wa nazira. Okay. So the first thing is the Quran should do is to fascinate the deepest core of our mind, our body, our soul. It should fascinate us.